Good afternoon. On behalf of Kevin Biggs and the partners of RTM Ventures, thank you for joining us today. The former General Electric campus began with entrepreneurs and innovators that made this place an economic engine for the region for over 130 years. And today, we're here to announce an important milestone that will help ensure this place continues as a center of innovation and economic development for the 21st century. There are a few people that we would like to acknowledge, some of our earliest and most important supporters. Julie Hollingsworth, Chair of Fort Wayne Community Schools, Mike Packnett, CEO of Parkview Health, Brad Little, CEO of the Community Foundation of Greater Fort Wayne, Ben Wally, President of the West Central Neighborhood Association, Charlotte Waybright, and the GE Campus Coalition, members of the GE Employees Quarter Century Club, several of the 19 tenants that have signed to make Electric Works home so far, several of our investors, Fort Wayne and Indiana-based architecture, engineering, and design firms who have brought their passion and talent to this important project. Elected officials, Representative Philip Giaquinta, Senator Travis Holdman, former Senator David Long, City Councilman Jeff Paddock, Tom Didier, Glenn Hines, Commissioners Rich Beck and Therese Brown, CIB members Jim Cook and Tim Pape, economic development leaders John Urbans in Greater Fort Wayne, John Sampson, the Northeast Indiana Regional Partnership, Lane Beadle, CEO of Indiana Destination Development Corporation, and representatives from the Indiana Economic Development Corporation. There are three people in particular that I would like to recognize: Dent Johnson of Do It Best Corporation, Tom Salzer of Bonavita Architecture, and Larry Wygand of Wygand Construction, who together planted the seed that brought us to today's announcement. Thank you, gentlemen. Since those initial discussions, we have quickly developed a strong partnership with the leadership team of Do It Best Corporation, united in the belief that Electric Works can help Indiana's largest private company retain and attract the talented people that support the company's mission, while also having a transformational impact on Northeast Indiana through this public-private partnership. Please join me in welcoming and thanking Mr. Dan Starr, the President and Chief Executive Officer of Do It Best Corp., for the company's enduring commitment to this community and the state of Indiana.
Afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. One sure way to keep the speeches this afternoon short are to engineer colder temperatures, and we got it today. As perhaps the worst kept secret in state history, I am here to proudly announce that Do It Best has signed a letter of intent to become the anchor tenant at Electric Works. Do It Best got its start 75 years ago in downtown Fort Wayne, not far from where we stand today. And at $3.5 billion in annual revenue, it has since grown to become Indiana's largest privately held company. But even in our hometown, you may not know much about Do It Best. What I'd like to do is share just a few highlights with you of who we are. We are a global supplier of hardware, lumber, and building materials to 3,800 independent retailers in every state and in more than 50 countries around the globe. We deliver those home improvement products from our distribution facilities around the country, and while our first warehouse was in Fort Wayne, it has been years since it was used in that capacity. Today, our building on Nelson Road serves as our global headquarters, as we have grown to 440 professional roles focused on advanced supply chain, global sourcing, marketing and advertising, data analytics, information technology, commodity trading, sales, finance, and many other roles, all of which will move to Electric Works. And importantly, we plan to grow that team by 20%. Do It Best started with a group of bright, hardworking, and extremely dedicated people who shared a vision and saw an opportunity for a company that was committing to serving the needs of others and to help them grow and achieve their dreams. And we're fortunate to still have a team just like that today. Every team member, from the very first to the ones we've hired in recent weeks, has played a role in helping Do It Best become the largest full-service cooperative in the home improvement channel. Our team is changing as the opportunities facing our business change. And as an employer of first choice in the region, we want to make sure we're changing accordingly. And let me be clear, the needs for our team to serve our mission demanded that we look for opportunities to grow outside of our current facility. As I stand here today in this space, I can see the vision of Electric Works, and I see how Do It Best can continue its primary goal of helping our members grow and achieve their dreams. And I'm mindful of the effort, collaboration, and talent that will be necessary for our continued success. For Do It Best, Electric Works represents more than a different place to work at. It reflects a different way in which to work. And that goes two ways. First, in how we collaborate within our workspace with an environment that fosters collaboration and efficiency, that allows us to get the right people near each other. It allows us to create a space in which innovation and teamwork are not only encouraged, but enabled by the physical environment. And it firmly establishes us with people here in this region and beyond as an employer of choice. The talent that we'll retain and the jobs that we'll be adding will further cement our position as the leader in our industry. Beyond that, we look to be part of a bigger place. We'll be co-located with other groups and organizations who are leaders in their industries. We see endless opportunities for working with our future neighbors at Electric Works, particularly education. Do It Best is a servant-led culture all about team, and I'm so proud of the group that I am here representing. This process has seen Do It Best working with some other great teams as well, from neighborhood groups to various levels of government, leaders in the private sector and the public sector. It's served as a shining example of what can happen when people who choose to serve others come together. Many have worked to bring Electric Works and the vision from a bold idea to where we stand today. I'm grateful for the leadership and support of so many who have come together to make this a reality. Mayor Henry, the Fort Wayne City Council, Allen County Commissioners, the Capital Improvement Board, the Redevelopment Commission, RTM Ventures, and others. Thank you all so much for your grand vision. I'd also like to extend a special thank you to Governor Holcomb and the state of Indiana. Governor, your support and the efforts of your team at the IEDC have been critical to getting us to this day. On behalf of Do It Best and all here, thank you for your leadership and thank you for your support. At this this time, I'm going to turn the microphone over to Governor Holcomb. Governor, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dan. It is great to be back in Allen County, great to be back in Fort Wayne. We were here to the day 3 years ago, I guess just across the street in the gymnasium. We had visions of what could be, and this is proof positive of what will be. It's a ginormous step into the future, and today's announcement is just so, I just appreciate it. It is such a milestone. It is a transformational day. It is a historic day. Indeed, it is a joyous day. We will remember where we were today. I can guarantee you that. I will tell you, I rode up with Leader Giaquina, and we solved all the state's problems. Don't worry about it. It was a couple-hour drive. But I was reminded by our conversation and seeing Senator Holdman and seeing Senator David Long, just how many hours and hours and relentless efforts went into getting us to this day, and the perseverance that it required, always keeping your eye on the ball, understanding that this day was possible, but it took some key pieces to snap together. And what this community has done, Mayor, on that day 3 years ago, again to the day, I remarked in that gym about how Fort Wayne was recognized as the #1 city, not just in the top, but the #1 city in the country to raise a family. And this project, where people used to literally walk to work in this very neighborhood, has such deep roots into the transformations that are going to occur in families' lives. Not just the opportunity that do it best. Success attracts success. And people are watching what is going on here. Not just in South Bend or Gary or Evansville or Jeffersonville, but far outside our state, people are watching what happens here. And this is a model that we can all be proud of, that we stuck on it. And when I think about a company that we're so proud of, Do It Best, I mean, we try to live up to your namesake. We try to do it best in everything that we do as a state. And to have you as that anchor tenant, to be blazing that trail, and to be also attracting the best to join you. This is an equation changer for our state. And what you will be doing here, with all the rankings of best tax and regulatory environment, with the location that we find ourselves in, how we work together as a city and a state harmoniously in unison to get to days like today, it's getting at that quality of place and life that may be the most priceless memory that I'll take from this day as we go forward. And so thank you for once again, with all the options you mentioned, every other state and countries around the world being a global powerhouse company that you are, you had options everywhere. And you chose not just to grow here, but you also chose to grow your roots deeper here. And that speaks volumes about how you got to where you are today and the profound impact it'll have on the future. I'm just so thrilled with the Fort Wayne vibe, Mayor. I mean, you got it going on. And it's going to attract a lot more people. Congratulations, Do It Best. Congratulations, Fort Wayne. Congratulations, Allen County. Thank you all.
He was just telling me that the governor is a tough act to follow. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, I would just like to reiterate that, again, the mayor, Governor Holcomb, were here with us 3 years ago, when at that point we had reached a deal with General Electric to buy the property. We hadn't yet bought the property, but it was a milestone in that we were saving this place from demolition. So, again, Governor, your administration has been in lockstep with us all along. Within 90 days after we closed on the property, the state committed a $50 million dino tax credit to this project. And your whole team has been so great to work with and support. Definitely the state that works. Thank you again, Governor. Tom Henry, a $250 million public-private partnership of this scope and scale can simply not be successful without a strong mayor. Mayor, without your support, this transformational project simply doesn't happen. So friends, please join me in thanking and welcoming Mayor Tom Henry.
As the speeches were going on earlier, and incidentally, you're right, the governor's an extremely hard person to follow. So thank you, Governor. As the speeches were going on, I had about a 3-page speech in this pocket, and every couple of minutes passed, I would take a page and I'd put it in my other pocket, trying to shorten my speech. I have no pages left. So this is going to be just off the cuff. Jeff mentioned a $250 million public-private partnership. My friends, that's the largest partnership we've ever had in the city. No one's ever attempted anything like that. So the fact that we're standing here today announcing that an anchor tenant has come forward and Do It Best, one of the finest companies in the region, and I can say that from personal experience, to be able to have a company like that step up and say, we want to be a part of that partnership, so much so that we want to be your first anchor tenant, I think speaks volumes about you as a company. And quite frankly, I think it speaks volumes about Fort Wayne as a city. They would not have done it had we not been an inviting community that they want to call home in downtown Fort Wayne. So thank you so much. If I didn't thank the governor. First of all, Governor, thank you so much for coming up here. It seems, I think it's colder up here than in Indianapolis, that's for sure. But I do want to personally thank you for taking the time to come and help us celebrate this new addition to the core of our city. You know, public-private partnerships, successful ones, don't come easy. And I know all of you have witnessed the time and the effort that the public sector and the private sector have been putting forward to make this a possibility. Obviously, we're not finished yet. There's still a long road ahead of us. But so far, we have not given up. Every time an obstacle has come before us, we fought through it. We've encouraged one another. Now, we've had our moments, most of the time behind closed doors. But we never gave up. And that's what this is all about. We want to show all of Northeast Indiana, and quite frankly our entire state, that when something this valuable comes before us, it's worth fighting for. So hopefully in a few short months, we'll have everything put together. I believe by the end of June, we'll be able to close and move this entire project forward. And in a few years, what a grand statement we're going to make for this community and for all of Northeast Indiana. Once again, Governor, we're going to be the first in something else. So thank you so much again for coming, Jeff. Thank you so much, Dan. I can't say enough about you and Do It Best. You're a tremendous organization. Again, thank you all so much for coming. God bless you all.
Thank you again for supporting the community's vision for electric works. We're here to answer your call to help move Fort Wayne forward and continue to build a better city for all. That concludes the press conference. The governor, Dan, the mayor, and I will be over to the side to answer questions for those of you. But again, thank you all for coming today, and we look forward to seeing you, as the mayor said, in a few short months when it's warmer. Thank you.